And it occurs to me that I need to change my name on Discord. Oh, in other news, I got a picture from Mr. Smith with his partner is wearing the t-shirt.
Nice.
That he won. I'm going to put that in the D&D channel right now, actually. Let's see here. D&D chat. Add image from the desktop. Make sure it's nothing X-rated. Excuse me. View large icon so I can actually see what it is I'm getting. There we go. There we go. It's up. Oh, and someone. I'm not just going to say someone. I'm going to say who it was actually. Caesar, who is in Discord with us, not in chat, has created a 5e fighter archetypes module for Fantasy Grounds. And he's given me a copy of it, which I haven't tested yet, but I will. But also he's going to let us do a giveaway of it at some stage. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Tabletop audio is what I'm after. Get some background noise. All right, I think that'll do as a bit of background audio.
Welcome back to the adventures of Marco Volo and irrelevant PCs.
I was also invited to another game, actually, but they don't want me to stream it, which is a bit disappointing.
Ooh, private.
I'm still trying to think of a character for that, but I'm thinking a warlock.
Eldritch Blast.
Sentient chair.
I was actually going to try and do one without Eldritch Blast, just to make it
Not possible.
different.
An awakened chair with Eldritch Blast.
All right. Suppose I should. I do apologise for the slight delay, everyone, but I should figure out where the hell we were at. Right. Clear that. Clear that. Suppose I can bring up. This is a great big map for everyone. Surprise.
Lovely. Who doesn't love a map?
I know, right? And I'll zoom in on the relevant parts for you all. Because that's where we are. Story, Marco Volo. Right, yes, we've already done that part. Right. So let's do a bit of a recap. What happened last game? Did we have notes on who was taking?
I think it was like the order.
Thormagast did it last time. Is what I have written down. Which means it's Sophie's turn.
Well, it's been a little while, so I'll help. We had a crazy battle with the
I
a
know.
weird noble in a carriage. Oh, sorry, Sophie. I will shut up. Slap me around. I apologise. Overstepping my mark. I'm back in my box.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Your heart's in the right place, and that's all that matters. Basically, we got screwed over repeatedly by Volo because he's really irresponsible, and his dad's even bigger dick than he is.
Grandfather.
And so we've been dragged around, essentially trying to screw over this NPC because we're being forced to, or else we're going to get in trouble. But he's also simultaneously just attracting every piece of trouble within a 100-mile radius. And we're trying to find our way to the Shadow Vale, I think it is. I think that about sums it up.
Shadowdale. Yep. That's pretty much it in a summary. Yes. So there were a couple of encounters after leaving Waterdeep. In particular, the duel with Sir Rivolo or Rivado. I can't remember his name now. Good grief.
The guy that ran away.
Yes, hold on a sec.
He'll
Sir
have the carriage with
Rivaldo.
his ladies or whatever.
Yes, and you guys left it all there.
Not everything.
Well,
I got
yeah,
a
we're
really
not
awesome hat.
crooks.
He got a really awesome hat. That is correct.
A really ugly hat, you mean?
Really awesome hat.
It's going to help
Really
him out
ugly
with the
hat.
ladies so much.
Yeah, it's like a plus 10 belt of chastity. Got you.
Yeah.
Where can I get one of those?
Hat of STD defense.
Okay. Then there was an incident at the bridge where some people were trying to rile up the peasants to attack you. And that's where we called it last time after you guys had settled that, hadn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
My brilliant plan of jumping in the river succeeded.
Here's another map for everyone that shows, well, Waterdeep to Daggerford. Although in a not as grand of a scale, but the horse symbol is where you guys are at. So I might actually. Oh. We might just use the big colourful map instead, hey?
Ooh, Technicolor.
Well, I just think it looks better, don't you think?
Yeah. There is no river on that side of the map.
Yes, there is.
Oh,
It's
no.
just in a different spot. You'll see.
Must be tiny.
We'll just say it's right there. That works.
You know what I mean? Wait, didn't you say we were like right outside Daggerford?
There.
Like it literally, like Daggerford's
No.
literally on the other side of the bridge.
It's not. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, like it's like Daggerford. That river right underneath Daggerford is the river past that bridge.
Oh, it is too. How about that? Okay, alright. Well, I'm just going to move it there. And say one of the maps is ever so slightly wrong. Whatever.
Cartography this age isn't great.
Yeah, well, especially the old second edition ones. So I'll fix that up for the stream, actually.
These were the best charts we could buy.
They were the blurst of charts. That'll do. Pretty happy with how that's looking. That'll do. Alright, we shall get into it without wasting too much more time. Everyone's ready, yes?
Rotor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so by this stage, it's about bit after midday. Okay, when you've had that encounter on the bridge. Daggerford is a small village. I can go into detail on Daggerford, but tend not to. Where if there's anything small, like maybe some adventuring gear or basic equipment, if anyone needs anything, you would probably be able to purchase the basics there.
Can I buy hat polish?
Hat polish? No, you'd have to go back to Waterdeep for hat polish.
Could I get a healing potion?
Yes, there would be healing potions available from one of the local temples. Not a problem. Just buy it, put it in your inventory. You know how to do that.
Yeah. Sophie will get one for Sebastian, one for Thomagast, and one for herself.
Okay. Not a problem at all. All
Perhaps we
right.
should visit the local tavern or local church to see if the town needs assistance while we're passing through.
Well, considering the situation, and it's only been, not even half a day, really. Marco's opinion is, no, we should keep moving.
Well, all right. But obviously, if circumstance was to impose upon us,
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that's Marco's opinion. So you guys can decide, what do you want to do?
Can we check into the local tavern for lunch and just find out what's happening locally? Oh, we've got to stop to eat after all.
Yeah, I suppose so. Although I haven't got a tavern prepared for this.
Yeah, never mind.
Bear with me a moment while I try and find. I don't have a map of Daggerford, I don't think. How about that?
Generic town 3B.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I actually don't have a map of Daggerford. How about that? Okay, so I'm just going to wing this. Yep, you guys can stop for lunch. Marco is certainly happy to do that. He's a noble after all. And while you guys are doing that, he actually gets his loot out and tries to perform once again. Are you going to allow this, or are you going to...
Marco, that's fine. We don't need the entertainment.
I'm going to cheer him on.
Really?
So
yes, I love this side of his singing.
He's sort of torn between, does he get up and play or does he not? And Sophie, he looks at you. What are you doing?
She's like, if you even think about singing, you will never sleep for the rest of this trip.
With that, he closes his mouth, nods his head, looks very crestfallen, and puts his loot away. And surprisingly, he's quite silent while you guys finish eating and drinking. But about 10 minutes later, he's like, friends, we should move on. We still have quite a journey ahead of us.
Sophie will, as they're like packing up and leaving and stuff, she's gonna tell them a random story about a cat that she used to have, as so she can do inspired leader to give everybody temporary.
Yep.
Thormagast is conscious of they're only few in number and looks around to see if there might be any, perhaps, guards we could hire.
Yep, no, unfortunately there aren't at the moment. It seems that with some of the troubles happening in the land lately, a lot of the merchants have hired up all the available guards.
Any cannon fodder, perhaps?
You're thinking of Mountain Blade, aren't you? I'll
we
just
should
get
hire
these
some of those. We
peasants.
should hire those bandits.
Yes, the bandits are nowhere to be seen at this stage.
Sure, we can track them down.
You could try, but keep in mind it's been a... Well, how long would it take you to order lunch and eat?
Yeah, you're right. 2 days.
Right, should we move on then? It seems to be what the universe is telling us to do. Let us head off.
Okay.
Oh, I ask about the Baron. Has anyone had caught sight of the Baron?
Which Baron? Who? What?
The Baron in the cart. Baron. Was it Rollo?
Sir Rivaldo.
That's the fellow.
Rivaldo. I can't.
Does
Rivaldo,
anybody know
yeah.
anything about him?
Yes, quite a few people do know he's a pompous ass. And he travels through here regularly and causes all sorts of trouble like that. However, because he's rich, he tends to get away with it.
Oh, does he have a keep or a castle anywhere along our route?
No. No
Okay.
one's quite sure where he lives, but he travels through here frequently.
Okay, so he's not just a one-off. All right, I thought it was some sort of trap, but perhaps not.
And with that, who did you want to be talking to there? The innkeeper?
Well, that remark was to my companions.
Yep.
All right, we best be off.
Okay, so you guys head off past Daggerfoot, and after traveling for a little bit, you round a bend in the road, and you can see there's a pair of travelers. A bearded man in wizard's robes and a younger man dressed in stained traveling clothes. And there's two horses standing nearby, eating the grass. And "Hail, travellers!" calls the wizard. "Where are you bound?" This is that
Hail,
awkward
strangers!
silence.
Hail, strangers! I am Thormagust, and these are my companions of our esteemed company, the Morning Glory. Are you followers of Lathander, I ask?
The wizard shakes his head. "No, my name is Dillmore, and my young friend here is what did he say his name was? Sorry, Wick. This is my friend and companion, Wick."
Well met, Dillmore and Wick. Would you care to accompany us on our pilgrimage to the next church of Lathander?
"Why, yes. Some company would be quite nice." With that, they do mount their horses and ask, "Which way are you headed?"
We are touring all the churches in this direction. We must admit we're a bit of... We are not well versed in the area, so if you have some local knowledge, it could be of use.
He nods his head and says, "Yes, if anything comes up, I will be sure to let you know."
And the reasons for your travel, good friend, Mr. Delmar and Wick?
"Ah, you see, I am out looking for unusual ingredients for my spells.
And
Foraging,
for
if you
what
will."
What purpose lays behind your spells and your work?
"Well, usually defense. But I am starting to get into alchemy.
A defense from what threat?
Bandits, monsters, occasionally adventurers. Can never be too careful."
Yes, there's a lot of adventurers out there, isn't there? Not like us pilgrims.
He nods up. He nods his head up and down, and yep. With that, they mount their horses. You do notice that Wick doesn't say much, like near nothing. And you guys continue along the way. Now, when you get down to about here on the map, I have another map for you. And I'm just going to enable the mask. And hand draw this. I do apologize. Sorry, bear with me a moment. Another second edition map, aren't they wonderful?
Yes, this is actually quite nice.
Ta-da! So we have a Marco Volo. And we just got an alert. What was that alert for? Thank you, iTyrant Games. And welcome, viewers. Hope you enjoy the show. Alright, bear with me. I'll set this up. Now, the one thing that I realized that I haven't included when I converted this module is...
Can I be constantly asking Mr. Volo for more stories of his escapades?
Yes, and he will answer whether you want him to or not.
Oh, I want him to very much.
Sebastian, are you all right?
Fine.
Where are we? Change him to... You do have the mage Dillmore with you. And you have Wick with you as well. Okay, sorry. I did have them, I just didn't have them pinned to the thing. Do you guys want to put yourselves in order of travelling?
Yeah, do you want to delete the thugs?
The what, sorry?
The thugs from the last encounter.
Are they still on there, are they? Not for long. I actually thought I already had, but... Alright, I had. Yep, they are gone. So yeah, put yourselves, move yourselves on the map into travelling order. Stay within the first sort of 4 squares there. Or, you know, don't. Like, he's riding line abreast. What he's doing?
That's a good idea, isn't it?
Nothing wrong with that.
Really go.
I'm quite like that order isn't bad.
Okay, so the 4 of you is riding line abreast. At which pace I'll put Wick at the back.
When we stopped for lunch, I see Marco Volo's health is quite low. Could he have taken a short rest hit dice or something?
Yes. Rest. Short rest. And Marco will regain some hit points. Bear with me while I make that happen. Quite a few, actually. All right, here we go. So you guys are happy to be in those positions?
Yes.
All right, tokens are locked, and I'll just roll all initiatives. Okay. Right, as you guys are flying along, riding along the road, not flying, riding along the road, some arrows come whistling past you, clearly aiming at you, however, missing. Sophie, you're up.
And I see nothing.
You
Correct.
can roll perception, but at the moment, no, they are hard to see. Okay, bear with me. You just see one humanoid hiding up here. And bear with me. You do notice that there are two of them and they have their bows drawn. They are knocking arrows again at the moment. They are the ones who fired at you. You rolled very, very well on that roll. It wasn't a 20, but it was very close.
All right. She'll glance over at them and promptly try to freeze one of them. As she kind of says, "Look there!" to get the party's attention so they know where we're being shot at from.
Yep, so they... Yep. He saved against it.
And that would be the end of my turn.
Okay, great. The longbow draws back and you are fired upon again, Sophie. However, they miss. Shush alarm. Marco moves his horse to the front, drawing his weapon. And is subsequently hit with an arrow. Right. Bear with me a second. There's so many things I've got to keep an eye on here, sorry. And another arrow is fired, this time at Thormagast. Missing. That one came from the south somewhere, Annie. Dilmore the wizard brings his horse to a stop and immediately starts casting a spell and disappears out of sight.
That's not very helpful.
Okay, Thormagast.
Can I see what Wick's doing?
At the moment, he's just standing like on his horse, but looks like he's not particularly phased.
He's not concerned.
Doesn't seem to be. He's alert, but he's not panicking.
Do I sense this is some sort of ambush that these guys have led us into? Is that my sense of things?
Roll an insight check. In the dice tower, please.
Sorry, I'll do the dice down.
No, they seem pretty on the level. Thank you for following.
Well, in that case, I better charge an archer and have them feel the wrath of the thunder.
Yep, no, you realise that the arrows came at you from the south as well.
Yeah, I'll just charge what I can see.
Okay. Do you want to perceive?
Sure.
Okay. Roll it as well. Roll it as well. I'm just going to roll those ones publicly. One and one of them. So there is one hiding in the bushes to the south as well. You still heading north?
Yeah, I'll go deal with that one.
Great, not a problem. So remember, you're on horseback too.
Right, can I strike?
Yeah.
Do I get advantage being on horseback?
Well, no, because they're sort of hiding in the thickets. I know the map is old. I know.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'll swing with my mace to no effect.
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I'm just checking. Okay, good. All right. Sebastian.
Okay, I'm gonna throw up my arms and yell, "I surrender."
Are you joking?
I look at her with complete sincerity, saying, "No. It's all part of the plan."
Okay, so you're surrendering. Okay. Okay.
As a reaction, I go, Sebastian, what by the Thanders, what?
Oof. Thormagast, you are hit by another arrow drawn by the second creature that you can see up there. Sophie.
She's going to send some frost at this archer again. She's gonna like, Seabass is scared of you guys, but I'm not. Don't make me come up there.
And I like Seabass. That's funny. He fails his save.
Of course it's a 1.
It is what it is.
She's like, see, I'm coming for you. And that's the end of her turn.
Yep. The being that you swung your weapon at Thormagast has dropped their longbow and draws a short sword.
What does it look like?
Humanoid, wearing a cowl. So human size. It's not monstrous. Could be human, could be an elf, could be a half elf. Either way, it swings its short sword at you, missing. Right, so another arrow is fired, this time at Marco. Missing. Marco, sensing where the arrow came from, turns towards it, pointing out that there is in fact another archer hidden in the brambles there. And without wasting any time, with his rapier, he lunges. Oh, nat 20. Woo! Go Marco. Maximum damage as well. Right, Marco just runs this one through. Okay. With the short sword drawn, this creature approaches Marco. Rolls a 1. Wow. You hear the sound of chanting and a spell being cast. At which point Wick disappears. Thormagast.
I call out in Elvish. We stand for the light of the thunder. If you mean us no harm, stay your arrows. We know not these people who travel with us.
Okay, what are you trying to do there? Just talk, or
I'm trying to, yeah, I call it out. I think perhaps we've been used as bodyguards for evildoers that these people are after. That's mine. I'm trying to show we're not with them. So,
Okay.
so from there, I will basically take on a dodge stance. So if they attack, I'll be ready to dodge.
okay, yeah, apply your dodge. At which point another being dressed in wizard's robes steps out from some more thickets further ahead and calls out, "Did you surrender?" And Sebastian, I'll get you to make a... In fact, I'll get everyone to make a perception check in the dice tower, please. Waiting on that third one. 20, 18, 18. Not bad. The lot of you can hear what sounds like the flapping of wings starting. Like something big, like a bird or an animal is taking off. Sebastian.
Still surrounded.
Still surrendered. So you've been spoken to. Are you responding, or what are you doing?
I mean you no harm. Wink. Literally gonna say wink.
Okay. Not a problem. Thormagast, you do notice that these are in fact elves, and regardless of what you said, the other one pushes forward, drawing a short sword and slashing at you as well. Missing. Sophie.
You dastardly pointed elf freak. You oppose the light. You will feel my wrath.
Sophie.
Sophie is going to cast Mage Armor on herself. She's like, oops, almost forgot. And then she is going to stand up on her horse. And like as her eyes are like pooling with darkness, she's going to like try to intimidate all these elves and say, I mean it. If you guys don't knock it off right now, I'm going to finish all of you.
Okay, yep. So I'll get you to roll an intimidate check. Well, and you're saying it to everyone in general, yes?
Well, she's talking specifically to these elves to knock it off.
Yep, yep. Roll an intimidation check into the dice tower for me, please. Okay. None of them seem to be terribly intimidated. However, the flapping of wings gets louder and you hear like a roar. You can't quite figure out what's causing that noise. Okay, Thormagast, these elves are attacking you with short swords. Ooh, that one's scoring a hit.
I think the thing glitched because my leadership temporary HP buff, or did he already take it off for him? Because I don't
They
know.
already hit
I
me.
didn't. Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. Okay, you hear another loud screech. Bear with me.
Are we talking like nails and chalkboard here?
Not quite. Not quite. And you see a wyvern fly over you. Like circling around. And the three of you all notice, because you rolled so high on your perception, that there is someone on top of the wyvern riding it. Marco, without paying much attention to that, stabs also at the other archer down near him and hits, dealing heavy damage. Right, and the elf retaliates with Marco with the short sword, just stabbing straight for the heart. Hitting. Maximum damage. Ooh. And actually, at which point you see 4 beads of force come streaking from behind you guys, Sophie and Sebastian. As Dilmore reappears, casting spells. Thormagast. You've seen these bolts streak past you, hit this elf, who's all up in your face with their short swords.
And they are not listening to reason, so they
They
leave
are
me
not.
no recourse.
But you did notice the wyvern fly over you as well.
Yes. I going to raise my hands to the sun, shaking my mace, and start yelling, "By the power of Lathander, I command thee!" And I am prepping to fire off my divine channeling ability, my holy hand grenade, but I am holding the action until the wyvern is within 30 feet.
Okay. Great. This wizard starts walking over towards you, Sebastian.
Yep.
And sorry, bear with me. Holds its hands out at you and casts a spell, at which point both you and Sophie are going to have to make saving throws. Bear with me. Oof. Nice, very nice. As flames come roaring towards you. And it doesn't seem to do anything to you. Sebastian.
Would there be smoke?
Yeah, there's like bits of smoke. It's not like super thick.
So, okay, so coughing and spluttering, I'll be like, aha! You have fallen for my ruse, and I'll try to rush to stab him.
Yep, so spurring your horse forward.
Okay, so let's see.
Yep. That's a hit with the Cinquedea. For minimum damage. However, you do notice the wizard winces.
and run away.
So you run forward, you slash at him, and you turn the horse around. Got it. Okay, so this wounded elf swings its short sword at you, Thormagast, scoring another hit.
Ow.
Mm.
Next time they attack me, I better use my warding flare.
Yep. Huh, how about that? Okay, so because I haven't coded that character properly, I'm just going to do a quick roll here. Oof. That's a miss. You hear like a swishing sound, but nothing seems to happen. Thormagast? Sophie.
What? Not from the elves?
No, not from the elves. You're not sure what caused it. Sophie.
All right. Sophie.
And just keep in mind that
Is-
wyvern's still in the air. About 30 feet high.
Yeah. Sophie is going to use a level 2 spell slot to cast her Shadow Blade
Yep.
as a bonus action.
Yep.
And then she's going to hop it down off her horse. And she's going to shout to Thomas. She's like, "You got those, guys, yeah?" Yes, no, maybe so.
Thormagast?
Sorry, I got a
Addy?
dog.
All good?
I've got a dog who's bought me a cardboard box. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, back with you. The
Sophie's asking if you've got those guys.
by Lathander's will.
She's like, "Okay, so no." And she's going to run over here and
Yep.
stab creature number 7 with
Yep.
the shadow.
Go for it.
And what time of day is it right now, by the way?
It is mid-afternoon.
All right. Okay. I forgot that I do the blah 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 by proficient stabby thing, so I'll just use my dagger stab for it.
Okay, yep. Or do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes.
That's better. Thank you. Excuse me a moment. Sorry, just got my cup of tea.
Okay. So as Sophie jumps off of the horse, she's gonna summon her Shadow Blade and then charge over after Thomagast says, by, what did he say, Lathander's will?
Yep.
It just kind of hops over and swings the blade and like lops off the elf's head and then kicks his body off to the side.
Yeah, not
Yes,
a
much
problem.
appreciated, Sophie. Thank you.
And he does indeed drop dead from that.
Nasty little varmint. The elf, not you,
Certainly is.
Sophie.
Yeah, I'm bringing Lathander's assistance.
You certainly are.
This elf with the short sword still slashing at you, Thormagast. It misses. Right, the wyvern lands.
All right, a
And-
holy hand grenade.
Yeah, okay.
I do my channel divinity. So, if there's invisible creatures that are hostile to me, let me see.
I'm also just going to put another token there. That's the rider.
So, my Radiance of the Dawn. Present your holy symbol. Any magic darkness is dispelled. Each hostile creature within 30 feet of you must make a Constitution throw. A creature takes radiant damage. So, if it's invisible, it can still be hit.
Correct. So you've got unidentified creature 4, just the unidentified creature, the wyvern, and unidentified creature 8.
And 30, because it's in 30 feet of him, right?
Yeah, and 30. Yep.
Have I missed any?
Let me look at your targeting. No, it looks like it.
Here we go.
Not bad. One of them dies. Describe the effect for us.
Yes, he put his arms to the sun and said, "I love thunder. Show them your might." And of course, the sun brightens and beams of sunlight come down from the sun and hit the positions where they're standing, illuminating them brightly at first, and then a serious sunburn follows.
So by serious sunburn, I assume you mean
Blistering and smoking.
blistering and yep. For those of you who've never seen someone get sunburnt that bad, it's pretty horrific. I've seen it in person. A friend of mine, long time ago, geez, I must have been about 16 or so, and there was me and her, and we were at the beach all day, and her lips by the end of the day, like they were just bubbles of, it was nasty. Anyway, this wyvern lands, and as it lands, it just bites that mage. And basically swallows it whole. And lets out a roar. Think like the Tyrannosaurus from Jurassic Park. It roars at you guys.
I can hear the theme music playing now.
Yep. Okay. It's funny when I put this module onto Fantasy Grounds, there's so many things I wasn't really sure about, and I can see that a lot of the spell coding I've done is incorrect. Either way, Marco retreats back near the horses, rapier at the ready, pointing it at the wyvern. Dillmore, however, who's also been coded incorrectly. Damn it.
I take it Dillmore didn't take damage from...
No.
So he's not hostile, okay.
No. However, he rushes forward. Wyvern 25 needs to make, and he is casting spells like a madman. A Constitution saving throw. Those are fails. As this blast of frigid cold air leaves his hands. As the rider falls off the wyvern. The blast of cold just absolutely smashed them. At which point, you guys hear the wyvern scream. It cries out in pain. And very shortly afterwards, you hear another wyvern replying.
That can't be good.
Thormagast.
My goodness. I best swing my mace at this nearby elf.
Yep.
Thwompa.
That's a hit.
Not so thwompa.
But only a glancing blow.
That's it for me.
Sebastian.
So I was engulfed in flames, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in a panic, Sebastian is going to check his hat for damage.
Uh-huh.
Like, is it fine?
It's fine.
Oh, thank
It's-
God.
It's more than fine. It's...
Oh, excellent.
Is that all you're doing?
Yeah, I'm checking my hat for the entire turn. That's like 6 seconds worth of
Worth of
touching,
hat
like, is
checking.
it fine?
Yeah. Like, how's my hair? Yeah, I get you.
Hair? Who cares about hair?
That's okay. Thormagast, you hear another whooshing noise like a weapon moving at fast speed.
Does it sound like it's targeting me?
No, but the elf in front of you basically is decapitated. And
Oh my.
out of nowhere, Wick appears. Short sword, bloodied. Sophie.
Oh, well, this isn't gonna go well, but you know what? Why not? Seeing the elf go down, Sophie's going to run around Thomagast and try to charge this wyvern and swing at it with her shadow.
Okay, go for it.
Sophie, no!
So to set the scene for the viewers, Sophie is what, 14, 15? Yeah, she's only young. She's not fully grown. She's small, but she's
Very
she's
strong.
She's powerful.
Yeah, it's all the cookies, all the extra cookies.
Yep, and so she rushes up to this wyvern. Cookies and the candy.
And then she's gonna try swinging at it again.
Nice. So she's like trying to carve chunks out of this wyvern.
Yeah, she's like slashing at it, trying to cut its tongue. She's like, ah! She's like yelling.
Yep. Okay. The wyvern is howling in pain. You can see there's bits of frost formed on it where the Dilmore's magical spell blasted it. And despite the fact that you're clawing at it, Sophie, it starts flapping its wings and it starts to take off. You can make an attack of opportunity if you wish to at this stage.
Yeah.
That's a hit. Yep, nice. And the wyvern flies into the sky, probably about 40 feet or so, and moves away from you. And you can hear it like crying out in pain, like it's calling for someone. Marco, meanwhile, runs forward to protect you. Like, you know, he's trying to be the man defending the little girl, and he steps forward in front of you with his rapier at the ready, waiting for the wyvern to come back.
Sophie's just gonna kind of mutter behind his back, like, "Oh, piss off."
And the wounded wyvern's calling out. It's calling out in pain, and it is being answered by what you can quite clearly tell is another wyvern. This other wyvern flies over, and Sophie, you can see there is a rider on this wyvern as well. And can you make a perception check for me and do this one publicly, please? So these wyverns are about 40 to 50 feet in the air, flapping their wings. And you can see that the rider on the second wyvern, so that one, looks like they're having trouble trying to control the beast. Dilmore casting spells. His firebolt just strikes the first wyvern. Thormagast.
So I think I better heal myself. I shall cast a cure wounds on myself, or a healing word rather. Every little bit helps. And I will... Is that bushes in front of me?
Yes.
I'll move up to there.
Just trying to hide behind them.
Yeah, take a little bit of cover.
Yep.
That'll do me.
Yep, rightio. And so since someone just asked for music, here we go, Krieger. A little bit of music in the background. Okay, Sebastian.
So now I'm going to rush forward recklessly and try to hit a flying creature with a bow from horseback. Why not?
Okay, yeah, go for it. So, firing. What sort of bow is it?
Short bow.
Short bow, yeah, I'll allow that one. If it was a long bow, I would have said do it with disadvantage. It would be incredibly hard to do that from horseback. Even a short bow would be quite difficult. Good roll. Okay. Wick moves over near Dilmore. Sophie?
Sophie is going to She is going to go ahead. Ooh, and cast True Strike on Wyvern 25 or on herself. Essentially. Oh, I'm a dumb bunny. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. She's gonna drop her Shadow Blade, and she's not going to cast a True Strike. Instead, she's going to go ahead and start holding her breath. She's gonna start concentrating on getting another caustic spittle going.
Yep.
and then she's going to cast a firebolt at Wyvern number 25.
Okay, yep. It hits.
Can I re-roll that with inspiration?
No, not damage.
Please?
No.
And that'll be the end of that turn.
Yep, not a problem. This wyvern being hit once again, flapping its wings, starts to circle around and starts to head off. Marco looks up at it, whistling in awe. Like it's close enough that, you know, this thing could be mistaken for a dragon. At which point you hear a gruff voice yelling, "No! Get back here!" And he's yelling it really quite loud and angrily. And you do realize it's the man riding the other wyvern. However, the other wyvern is not having any of it and flies off. And you can see it sort of bucking and fighting against his control. Now, he's going to make a dex saving throw, and versus the wyvern trying to dismount him, he stays on. Dilmore takes advantage of this and once again starts casting a spell. Con saving throws from them. Right. It's 2 failures. Well, how about that? Sorry. Boom. Right. That's a lot of damage. The rider falls off in a very similar fashion to the other one that fell. The wyvern shrieks in pain as it's covered in ice. Thormagast.
I point at the wyvern that's taken damage and I say, "Feel the rattle of thunder!" And I cast Toll the Dead at it.
It saves against it.
Which means it takes
0 damage, not with Toll the Dead. Any movement? You just hiding in the bushes?
I will stay there.
Okay. Sebastian.
Is it within 320 feet?
Yes.
About 80 feet.
Yes.
I'll fire another arrow at it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you hit it. Yep. Wick stays by Dilmore's side, short sword at the ready. Sophie? These wyverns look like they're flying off together.
Sophie is going to charge after it.
Okay.
And then she's going to tilt her head back and like projectile vomit upwards and like spray. Try to spray the bottom.
What's the range of your spell?
It is
200 feet.
20. So she's gonna make sure to try running right underneath it.
Okay, no, it's a bit higher than 20. It's closer to 40.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they were 30 feet out. Okay. then she probably wouldn't have charged right up to it if it was
Yeah,
40.
fair call.
Would she be able to make it to her horse?
Yes.
Okay, she'd get to her horse and get on it, if
Yep.
possible.
Yep, you're on your horse. So climbing up would be an action for her, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
And how much movement does the horse have?
I've just been giving people double what their normal is.
Okay, so then she would have 30 feet left,
30
so
feet
she'd
left
go
on
to
the horse.
here.
Yep.
And then she would just hold it for there.
Okay. Marco moving over once again, trying to keep an eye on Sophie.
Be useful, you butthead!
And Dillmore stops casting spells and says, "Whew, I'm glad that's over, fellows." Thormagast.
Over?
Well, the wyverns are flying off. There don't appear to be any more archers.
I'll move there and I'll try to toll the dead on the wyvern again.
Yeah, go for it.
Ah,
He saves
his
against it.
frustration. That'll do for me.
Okay.
Let's try firing another arrow.
Yeah, it hits. Sophie?
Okay, if she were to jump in the air off of the back of this horse, would she have enough range to spit on it?
Make an athletics check. Let's see. I'm going to put the DC at 14.
Get the horse to rear up. You run up the horse's head. You jump up.
DC
Like a
at
mini
14.
Lego.
Let's see it.
Ooh!
Nice. Very nice. Yep. Okay, so yeah, you do manage to get the horse to rear up and you do the whole Legolas thing and run up and stand on the horse's head and you sort of jump in the air and you spray it. Let's see it.
Why did it roll twice?
I don't know. We're going to go off the hit. Roll your damage.
Alright, oh, I need to buff it since I had to wait another.
Nice. That's a lot of damage. The wyvern lets out a scream, which is echoed by its mate. Sophie, so you got the horse to rear up. How high do you reckon that would be?
About 10 feet.
Yeah, about 10 feet. And then you've done one hell of a jump as you ran up and jumped. I'll get you to make another acrobatics check. So as you land, you sort of try and do a roll. And you sort of half make it, and you land, like, you know when gymnasts do those flips and they land not quite right and they sort of twist their ankle? Yeah, I think that's what is going to happen there. But that was really cool. I think everyone agrees.
Yes, very.
She's like, ugh.
Yeah, so I will... for the moment, just mark you as stunned for the moment, because you've landed and you're like, ah, my ankle.
Yeah, she's just kind of like drooling some like black acidic stuff down in
Yeah.
front of her dress.
And you see the wyverns flying off into the distance. Which leaves you with two dead bodies on the ground. We can stop using the combat tracker now. But there are 2 dead bodies on the ground.
Were these friends of yours? I talked to Dillmore.
He shakes his head. Nay. I know them not.
Let us check them for signs of what lord they serve and see if we can discern their intentions.
Okay. So, you're investigating their bodies. And let me just have a quick read here. You find they weren't terribly well armed because they would have been using their wyverns to do their fighting right up until Dillmore froze them off. But you do find a letter on the female one, which is up here. And the letter reads, "Dearest Rissa, greetings, my dearest. I have a matter that demands your immediate attention. A party of ruffians is currently travelling from Waterdeep to the Way Inn. They include some pain-in-the-ass venturers who appear to be unable to fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Despite their unkempt appearance and terrible smell, they are proving to be a continual thorn in my side. They'll be accompanied by a foppish bard who calls himself Marco Volo." At which point, "Foppish!" exclaims Marco. "Cross swords with me, swine, and we'll see who's foppish." The letter continues, "Stop them from reaching the Way Inn in any manner you choose, but I want Marco Volo. It is of no consequences if he is dead or alive. Do this, and I will pay you 5,000 gold dragons, and express my gratitude in the usual fashion too. With affection, Felabar Blacklance."
Marco?
He turns, "I swear, baby, it's not my..." No. Austin Powers reference. No, he's scratching his chin and thinking, goes, "Oh, I really don't know why Felabar Blacklance would be after me." And he...
Whoops, excuse me.
That's right. Hey, copying it, that's fine. You guys look at him and he looks genuinely concerned, like, and he's muttering, 5,000 gold, that's outrageous.
Should be 10,000.
Were you with another party before you met us? Because, you know, the party...
He shakes his head, no. He is usually...
We have the might of Lothana behind us. We're quite capable.
Yes, it seems that Felabar is misinformed.
Well, his underestimation of our abilities is our only bonus at this time.
So Marco really, like, he keeps going on and he has no idea why anyone would consider him worth so much gold. Like 5,000 gold, that's a huge amount.
Did you sleep with his wife, Marco?
He gets his sheepish grin and he says, "Don't think so. But you might be on the right track. Perhaps it is some woman I romanced who has gone mad. Maybe her love for me has turned to hatred."
You're disgusting.
Well, that's not what she said, but that's another story.
No, that's bad morals. You are a bad person.
I gotta listen in enraptured and ask him to tell me more later.
He gives you a wink and says, "No problem." Okay, so...
Well, thank you, Dillmore, for your kind assistance. Without your aid, it would have been a far tighter thing.
yeah, Dillmore, having read that, says, "Excuse me a moment," and motions for Wick. And Wick Wick and him sort of have a chat for a moment, at which point Dilmore says, "Friends, I think it's best if we go our separate ways."
What could we do to encourage you to accompany us a little further?
Well,
I could certainly
probably not
arrange
much, but
for
if
the
someone wishes to
blessings-
spend that much gold on your friend here, it's probably in my own best interest to not get involved.
Gilmore, physically I tend to agree, but what of your immortal soul and the benefits of assisting the disciples of morning glory? In the name of the thunder, I implore you, stay with us, and the glory of our God shall shine upon you.
At which point Wick shrugs his shoulders and says, "We could use 5,000 gold."
I try to can I make a persuasion check?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Alright, who are you persuading there? Dilmore,
I was
isn't it?
hoping against Gilmore, yeah. He seemed to be the leader of the two. Damn.
No, unfortunately,
Even with
my
a
friends.
-1.
And he turns and scowls at Wick. Says, "No, that is not for us." Says, "We must leave. I hope you have a safe trip." With that, he starts casting a spell, and both him and Wick disappear out of view.
Well, they weren't bad. I'll go check the bodies of the elves.
Yep, none of their equipment is particularly good. And that they do have a few coins on them, so everyone can add 10 gold coins each to their inventories. And you do find a small note on one of them. Looks a bit like a written contract where they've been hired to help capture some bandits.
Who's the contract from?
It's signed Rissa.
Do you think we should get off the road and move cross country?
Marco shakes his head. "No, we're almost at the way in."
Going cross country is what they'd expect us to do. We should go straight on the road.
But it seems that they know we're going for the way in.
That's why they'd never suspect us to take the main road directly into the town.
Sophie, what do you think?
Nothing. I'm hungry and I want a bath. And I want to figure out what's going on and then finish this mission. So whatever you think is best for getting things done the quickest,
Well, they seem to be keen to keep us away from the way in, so perhaps there is some sanctuary there. Let's proceed.
Okay, not a problem. So you guys travel forward to where I've moved the marker. And it's now starting to get into evening, okay? And it reads, "The sun sinks low on the horizon as you approach the settlement of Way Inn. Clouds gather overhead and a chill wind blows, so you're glad at the prospect of shelter for the night. Way Inn is a village named after its most prominent establishment. Recently destroyed in battle, the town has been rebuilt with a stout stone wall surrounding about 20 small buildings arrayed about the vast manor house known as the Way Inn. The gates of the village are open, and you see other travellers entering in the gathering dusk. A guard leans on his spear and waves you through." Now, this is a bit of an older map of the Way Inn village. Number 1, obviously, is the Way Inn. And the other numbered ones can be explained if you so wish. So you guys
Let's,
yep, go on.
was going to say, let's proceed directly to the way in. The note from the people seeking Marco Volo seemed pretty keen we didn't reach there, so let's get there in haste.
Okay. Now, the original map for this is a bit different to the map we're going to use. Because the map we're going to use has been supplied by Chris from GameTile Warehouse 2020.com. So, as you guys approach, a young man, looks like he's about Sophie's age, happily takes your horse and offers to stable them for you. Are you guys okay with that?
Not if he wants money.
He says, no, it's free. If you're staying at the inn, it's included in staying at the inn.
All right.
Okay, awesome. So, just gonna put. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to delete all tokens, and I need to set a grid on it. I think that would be about right. Bam. Have a map made by Chris from GameTile Warehouse. I assure you, it's much higher quality than the map from the old book.
I do so admire the oaken paneling.
It's not bad.
Bath time!
And the varnish finish is just delightful.
Yep. Okay, so
Look at those giant shield tables. They're great.
yeah, they're good, aren't they? Okay, so a stout middle-aged man with a long red beard approaches your table after you've sat down. Sorry, bear with me. He's wearing decent clothes, although they are plain, and he's got a clean white apron on. Good evening, he says. I am Doraven, the proprietor of this place. They call me Redbeard, though I've always wondered why. What can we serve you this evening? Our specialty is roast pheasant, and the venison is especially good tonight.
Do you have cake?
He nods his head. Certainly, young miss.
I want 3, please.
3 whole cakes?
Well, how much are the cakes?
He looks to the party, looks at everyone appraising them up and down, and he says, well, will you be spending the night?
Yes, I think so. I admire this establishment. It looks quite well looked after. You are quite presentable. We would be lucky to engage your service.
Not a problem. If you're spending the evening, I will give you the cake for free.
Okay, I want a cake, Sebastian wants a cake, and Balmagast wants a cake.
He lets out a jolly laugh. How about one slice of cake? And see how you go.
Okay. Could we have 1 cake for the table?
He nods his head and says, yes, but a whole cake. We'll have to charge you a little bit for that one.
How much?
I think 1 gold ought to cover it.
She'll put the money on the table.
He snatches it up. Right you are. 1 cake coming up. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Pheasants and ale, please.
And vegetables.
Absolutely, they will be out shortly. With that, he heads back behind the bar and towards the kitchen. Now, Yes, go on.
I was going to say, well, haven't we stumbled on some good fortune after all the arduous hazards of the road? Let's get comfortable at a table. Which one shall we sit at? Oh, this one near the door? I don't like it. Let's move away.
Well, tokens are unlocked, so feel free to pick a table. Now, other people are starting to come in, and you see that there are some barmaids and waitresses, starting to do their job. And which table did you wish to move to?
Let's move down one.
Yeah, your tokens are unlocked. Move them. That's not a problem. And dinner and cake is brought out to you very shortly afterwards by Doraven himself. And as you guys start eating, you notice the meats are particularly good. And he's standing there sort of near you like he's waiting for something.
You're looking for some sort of... the blessings of thunder be upon you. Your service is commendable.
He beams. Thank you very much. I understand there was a fight between two bands of ruffians earlier today. I hear it wasn't far from town. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Heavens, are the roads around here so dangerous? Well, we are so fortunate to have made it through unscathed and made it to this refuge in the night.
He nods his head and says, bandits have been active hereabouts of late, you know.
Perhaps we should be seeking some sort of escort. Are there any reliable men or women we could engage in service?
He shakes his head, no. Unfortunately, we need everyone here.
What about a regular caravan? If there's bandits about, how do people move to other towns?
Oh, the same way they always have, with hired guards. Unfortunately, we don't have any left. Listen, I don't mean to press you, but I know that you're the ones involved in that fight today. I'm willing to help in any way I can. Just ask.
All right, but while I, applaud your generosity, do tell, what are your motivations?
Simply trying to do the right thing. At which point Marcus goes, and he's casting his eyes on an attractive redhead barmaid who seems to have just come on duty.
Don't
And Marcus,
Marco.
pretty thing, isn't she? Don't you think she looks lonely? And before you can reply, Marcus is up and off. Excuse me, but I see work to do. And so, yep, Sophie, go.
Like, Sophie's gonna go over there and she's going to step on the back of his shoes so he trips and then try to drag it back to the table.
Yep. So Marco does actually fall over, landing hard on the floor with a thud. And, everyone gets a bit of a giggle. And Sophie's there scowling at him. And so I imagine her sort of grabbing him by the scruff of the neck and trying to drag him back.
Yeah, she's like loudly scolding him. Like, she is working right now. You do not interrupt people while they're working for your selfish desire.
Yep. Not a problem. So Marcus comes back to the table and sits down with you again, looking a little bit sheepish.
I'm so disappointed in you. I didn't think I could be more disappointed in you, but I am.
Were any of you shocked about, how friendly and accommodating this innkeep is?
Well, the innkeep is still there with you at this stage. And he looks at Marco and says, I see you've seen my daughter. Marco responds with, no, don't worry. And he's sort of out of words. He doesn't know what to say. Doravan Redbeard looks at Marco, and this man's a big man with the big red beard, and he's looking at Marco and he says, perhaps you'd be better seeking lodging elsewhere. And then he looks at the
must-
rest of you and says, "You're friends with this scoundrel? Perhaps I was
Yes.
wrong about you. Perhaps you should all go."
I
What
must
did you just
apologize,
yelling at
master
him?
of the house. We are disciples of Lathander, and it is true. Our friend here has a lot to learn. He is a challenge for me to correct his behavior. You're quite right. He is with sin. He is a work in progress, and I would ask your forbearance and patience.
He seems to sort of be, smoothing his ruffled feathers, so to speak, and he goes, okay, well, I'm going to need payment up front now. That will include your meals, the stabling and feeding of your horses, and the rent for the night. That'll be 2 gold each.
Okay, Marco, pay up.
And Marco reluctantly does. He's still a bit winded from the fall.
And Marco, an extra gold for the offence caused.
He looks at you like, what? That's an outrage. But he coughs it up.
Can I mirror that look of outrage?
You can give it a go, yes.
It doesn't seem fair at all.
Okay, so you guys do enjoy the rest of the evening, eating and having a couple drinks, and Marco just sits there looking very chastised. He doesn't try any other shenanigans at this stage. But after a couple of hours, you see him getting that roguish look in his eye, and out of nowhere, the loot appears in his hands once again.
Thaumagas, he's doing it.
Cheer him on.
Marco, where did that
Sing us
gold
the
come
song,
from?
Marco.
He looks at Sophie, then at Thormagast, then back at Sophie, then to Sebastian, then back at Sophie again, and lets out a weary sigh and puts his loot away. Then he does the fakest yawn you've ever seen and says, "Oh, I'm so tired. Perhaps we should retire for bed and get a good night's sleep."
Yeah, you should room with Thaumagas so we can keep an eye on your pervert old stinky butt.
Thormagus glares at Sophie. What the?
At which point Marco holds up his hands and says, "Oh, it's fine. Whatever. I really do need my rest."
Right, and you can regale me and Thermagast of all your tales.
He says, "Oh, my friends, it would take more than one night." With that, he stands up and he heads upstairs. Now, here's the really cool thing. Here's the top part of the inn.
I feel like I'm in Neverwinter Nights.
You better not let him get away. You might slip into someone's bathroom.
Wow.
So Marco is now upstairs, right?
I sigh heavily and race after him.
Yep, no problem. It does look sort of Neverwinter Nights-ish, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out you guys all have one room with 3 beds. Marco looks at this and says, "Well, how will we solve this one?"
You can sleep with me, Marco.
Marco blushes and says, "I'm flattered, but I'm not interested."
We are only sleeping. In fact, through the night, I may recite some scriptures to you. It may ease some burdens in your soul.
He gets this look of boredom. You can see it already. He's already tired from hearing them and he hasn't heard them yet. Go on, Sebastian.
Like, Thermagast, I'm pretty sure from all his stories, he's never slept in a bed with another without engaging in nightly activities. This would be his first time.
Yes, like I said, I will lecture him the scriptures until such time as he goes to sleep.
Okay, so we'll just put the game on hold for a moment. If anyone needs to go get a drink or something. We've got a few people talking on Twitch, which is awesome, and I apologize everyone, I've been playing rather than reading Twitch. So, Pyrotechnical, I will answer this for you by typing in that command. Bam! There's everything you would want to know about Fantasy Grounds. We are playing 5th edition, and I'm Furzazad. I'm DMing on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We are after more players, so join us on Discord. The link is below the video. And flattery will get you a long way, so will bits and or donations. And to answer Chris Joseph Jennings, the story so far is they met Marco Volo at a party. He caused some trouble. The party got arrested, but he got away. They are now employed by Marco's grandfather, who's a very powerful mage, to get him out of Waterdeep all the way to Shadowdale, which is quite a way away. And Marco is being Marco. He does not know that the party knows his grandfather, or that they are employed by him. The party are also carrying a letter that they need to take to Lord Morngrim, the leader of Shadowdale. And fair enough. And so they're coming towards the end of the first chapter, really, or the first book of the series. So having said that, I'm going to take 2 minutes myself and go get another drink, and be right back, and we shall continue.
Just turning Twitch on so I actually see what this Twitch chat is.
Right, I'm back.
Hey, hey.
Is everyone else back? Throw in a tick if you're back. That's 2 out of 3. You enjoying the story, Annie?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's a little railroaded, I know that, but it's a good story.
I really thought that carriage was a trap.
It wasn't.
Apparently not.
I mean,
That-
like, you have to railroad sometimes to get a good story.
Mm. Looks like everyone's back. And Sophie, someone sent me a text saying they absolutely love Sophie scolding him. That was funny.
Nice.
So this is the third time I've run this adventure using Fantasy Grounds. Last time I did 2 different parties simultaneously, just different nights of the week. And
It's like
everyone
a race.
everyone does enjoy the story anyway. Okay. So, bedtime, and Marco and Thormagast are sharing a bed.
I don't remove my armor.
How does Marco sleep? Is he a all natural sleeper?
No, he strips down to basically just a
Thin
shirt
undergarments.
and yeah, thin undergarments basically, yeah.
Poor Thormagast.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was raised by monks, so you know.
Okay, so the inn is, because it's still fairly newly built, it feels good, it's warm, it's cozy, it's safe, it you know, it's a new, relatively new building. And what do you think of Chris's maps, by the way?
Oh, delightful. Like I said, it looks like Neverwinter.
Yeah, it
I
does a
love his maps almost as much as I love him.
bit. Yes, he's a champion. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
watching at the moment, but he should be. Okay, so you guys are retiring for the night, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, Sophie's gonna pay to take a bath or however much that costs, unless it comes with the room. And they're just gonna take a bath.
There's no bath
Okay.
services available.
What?
Yes, I know.
Could she go and ask the daughter if they have like a bathhouse in the village town?
Yeah, they do. You do get to go and bathe before retiring. That's fine. Not a problem at all.
Okay, and then she'll go do that and come back and
Yep.
go to bed.
Not a problem. I just thought of something that would be hilarious but terrible, but so I'm not going to say it. Okay, so you guys go to bed and everyone goes to sleep, I would assume,
And never wakes up.
and never wakes up.
Can
Okay.
we put like an alarm on the door, like if something will knock over if somebody walks in?
Can we tie a bell around Marco's neck?
Anything's possible.
I'm thinking if we just rest a chair against the door, so if someone opens it, it falls over.
Yeah, you could do that. That's not a problem.
Let's do that.
Any objections to that?
Sounds good. I could drop some cow chops in front of the door.
Okay. Alright, so you guys are sleeping at night. And I'll get everyone to make, with disadvantage, perception checks in the dice tower, please. That's one. Good grief.
It was with disadvantage.
Oh, no, no. Well, two of you still rolled excellently. Okay, so what I'm going to say is Sebastian and Sophie. In the middle of the night, you hear the slight scratching noise.
Do I recognize it?
It's loud enough to wake you up, but the moment you wake up, you don't hear it anymore.
Is it like lock picking, scratching?
No, like something scratching on wood.
Gotta whisper rats.
Say that again?
Gotta whisper rats. As in the animal, rats.
Yep. I gotcha. Okay, yep. And then you hear what sounds like a thud come from the room next to you.
Does Sophie
Big
see
rats.
any like holes in the wall?
No, they all look to be in excellent repair. Anything else?
Can we hear anything else?
You do hear the scratching a little bit again.
Yeah, probably rats. I'll complain to the innkeeper later in the morning. Go back to bed.
Are you sure? What if they're doing some sort of demon summoning or sacrificing babies? And she's gonna check to make sure that Volo is still in the.
This is a respectable establishment. No one would do such a thing, yeah?
What, you think it needs to be a seedy tavern for people to sacrifice people to demons?
You hear what sounds like a door open violently and then slam shut.
Probably some drunk trying to kill a rat.
And is Volo still in the bed? Or
Yeah,
Marco?
he's snoring. And
I
Thormagast
wanna
is
go
asleep.
look.
And I'll get Sebastian and Sophie to make perception checks again because you'd be like listening. Now it's dark, ignore the lighting on the map, it's dark. In fact, it's so dark.
That only someone with dark vision can see?
No, but it's dark. Okay. And so both of you hear what sounds like footsteps. But when each footstep falls, there's a noise with it. And it sounds like the footsteps are right out the front of your door.
Sophie's gonna get really quiet. And how did we get enough rest before we got woken up by this for it to be a long rest? Or...
No, you've only been asleep for about half the night.
All right. Okay. Then Sophie would recast Mage Armor on herself if it needs to. I'm assuming it's been 8 hours since we messed with the Wyvern.
Be
Actually,
very close. Be very close to. So she might still have it on actually, but it'd be coming towards its end.
Okay, I'll risk it then and not recast it. She'll carefully position herself and hold her light crossbow up while she's facing the door while hiding in the darkness.
Yep. And Sebastian, what are you going to be doing?
Yeah, go back to bed. I think they handled the rat.
Yep. Fair enough. Sophie, you hear the handle of the door of your room rattling a little bit, and the door moves ever so slightly, and the chair that Thormagast had leaned against it falls over, and with a bang, Thormagast, you're awakened. And as you all turn to look to what made what opened the door, you see a creature that looks like this.
Since Sophie had her weapon ready, would she be able to?
Yes, but it's got a picture of a
chicken
rat.
A chicken rat.
Oh, it's a really big rat.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So,
I was correct.
like it's like the size of a man.
Oh, and can I have my stunt taken off me, please?
Yes, you certainly can. Bear with me.
We had a long rest or not?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Middle of the night. That creature has just opened the door to your room, and it looks
Can I
menacing.
call out?
Like, how did it open the door? She's like carefully changes her outward.
Yeah, so she fires the crossbow and misses.
She's like,
Okay.
uh-oh.
Marco wakes up and is staring at the rat and is just... He doesn't know what to do. He hasn't got his gear on. He's just at a loss for what to do. He's sort of like a stunned mullet at the moment. Sophie, you can now have your go.
Nice. She is going to... she's going to cast Frostbite on it.
Okay. It fails its save. But Sophie, you notice that it did no damage to the creature.
It's like, uh-oh. I think this thing is not necessarily exactly what it looks like, but something else, something... Yeah. And then she'll just, like, leave it at that.
Okay. Thormagast, you said you went to sleep in your armor. So you've got your gear ready.
I was worried about the advances of Marco, but
Yep. So you are still laying down in bed, however. Or on the bed. So what are you doing?
I quickly assess as a threat to the party, and I cast Bless on us, my three companions.
Yeah, go for it. Make it happen.
So I've got to target the guys. That worked, didn't it?
You did it to Marco, Sophie, and Sebastian, yes, but not yourself.
Because it only works on 3 people.
Ah, right, okay, yep.
And I will stand there getting my mace out.
Okay, not a problem. Sebastian.
I don't know.
Thank you for the follow.
Let's go with I'll be like, oh shit, and draw the covers up and like scream to Marco and Sophie, Marco and Thormagast, kill it. So I'm gonna give them help action.
Okay, yep. The creature notices that you guys have all your belongings on the ground near one of the beds. You can see there's a couple of, or a storage table here. You see that? I'll say that's where you put all your backpacks and that, right? And it immediately lunges for your backpacks and starts tearing at them, like rabidly tearing at them, like it's looking for something. Marco, realizing he is unarmed, just hugs the wall, trying to not be seen. Sophie, this creature's not at all phased that you've attacked it. It's just trying to go through your belongings.
She's like, oh, hell no. And she's going to drop the crossbow on the ground and use a second level spell slot to summon her Shadow Blade with a bonus action. And since the lights are off, she jumps off her bed and then stabs down at it.
Yep.
And she gets advantage because it's in the dark.
Okay. Yep. You hit it. Nice, and that wounds the beast, which lets out a hiss at you.
It's like, get away from my cake, you piece of shit. And that's the end of her turn.
That's it? Yep. Thormagast. You see this little girl just pull out a magical dark sword. Now, your eyes have adjusted to the dark. You can see, but the lights are off. And she is attacking this giant rat thing.
Sounds like a good move. I'll move around there. And I shall swing my mace at it.
Absolutely. And you miss.
Okay then.
Might be worth praying to the deities watching what's going on. Sebastian.
So how much how much light is there in the room?
Not a lot. There's a bit of light coming in from the hallway with the lit lanterns, but no light source in the room.
Yeah, I just realized I don't have a torch. Can I light a candle?
Well, your backpacks are over where it is. So
Okay, fine.
Thormagar
No.
said he was going to bed in his gear.
So no bedside tiny candle or anything?
Actually, no, there would be you can see it next to you there, a small candle on the bedside.
Can I light it?
Yes.
Okay, and can I then chuck it at the creature?
Well, lighting it would have been with a... how would you have been lighting it?
Let's see, I've got...
Your gear's on the table, don't forget.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, then I guess I'll just pick it up and huck it at the creature then, because I don't have any gear.
Okay, so on your actions tab...
Unarmed Strike?
Yeah, just do it as unarmed strike, but click plus... hold on, what's your dex bonus? +3. Just click +2. That'll do.
Can't actually see it.
Oh, and don't forget you can add one... Oh, it automatically did.
I can't actually see it on the... because the gas is on top of it. I gotta zoom
use
in.
use the combat tracker.
Yeah, I did. I rolled the attack.
Yeah, yep. And the attack was a miss.
And I'll give advantage to Sophie via the bonus.
Okay, yep, not a problem. The unidentified creature, the rat creature, is tearing through your belongings. You see two of the backpacks are now shredded. And it finds Lord Morngrim's scroll case that you remember you were taking the letter to him. And it snatches it up triumphantly and holds it up high. At which point it turns to look at you all and hisses once again. Marco leaps into action. He literally jumps over you, Sophie, reaching his scabbard laying on the table as well, drawing his sword. And immediately he lunges at the creature, hitting it. Sophie.
Okay. There isn't any like residual light from like Sebastian's turn, right?
No.
All right. So then she's going to hit it again as she says, "We have to get that thing out of its neck."
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to slash at it again. That was an accident. I mean, they both hit, but still.
So you're slashing at it again. Well, we know that would have hit it anyways. Well, hold on.
Oh, never mind. No, it did hit because I did have advantage. I just forgot that it was still up.
Yeah. So you have hit it. Yep.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of her turn, yeah.
Yep. Not a problem. Thormagast and Sebastian, can I get you both to make perception checks at disadvantage in the dice tower, please? That's Thormagast. Sebastian, you there? That's right, you both notice as a rat comes scurrying out from under the bed that Sebastian was on, and it runs up towards Thormagast and starts biting at his foot. Missing though. Another one also scurries out from under the same bed. Same story. Running at Thormagast, biting. Thormagast, there are rats trying to bite your feet, as well as the big creature holding the scroll tube that you were meant to keep a secret.
So the big rat, is that a humanoid?
It is sort of humanoid, yes.
I call on Lathander's might and cast Hold Person.
I'll get you before you do. Just before you do that, to roll a religion check.
Okay.
Oh, nice. You
I'm
recognize
so pissed.
that it is a fiend.
A fiend! Will it be affected by Hold Person?
Probably not.
In that case, let's not do that.
Do you have a
What do I
hold
know
rat?
about fiends?
Well, I'll read the description of this one out to you because you rolled a 20. You would have heard about it in the past. Rat fiends are hulking, man-sized creatures resembling leprous, muscular, hunchbacked rodents walking on two short legs. They inhabit the abyss where they serve the various Tanari. Highly resistant to the effects of other planes, rat fiends are often sent on errands by powerful Tanari. The services may also be awarded to favoured allies on other planes, or they may be compelled to service by powerful wizards. Combat-wise, they slash with their claws, bite with their sharp incisors. And you also know that victims who are struck by a rat fiend's bite have a chance of being paralysed. You've heard stories of these things paralysing people and then carrying them away. Hold on a minute. You know they're immune to sleep spells and cold-based enchantments. And that's about all the important stuff you need.
Well, in that case, I'm going to use my last channeled divinity, Radiance of the Dawn, and call upon the Thunder to cleanse this place.
Yep. Hey, thank you for the follow. Boom, boom, boom. I see.
Oh, hang on. I accidentally hit my friends because I was still in my friends targeted.
Aha. Right, okay, well, just deselect the friends
Done.
and do it again. Yeah, I was wondering why there was that many. Oof. Right. The two rats die immediately. And the fiend is wounded. Is that it from Thormagast?
Yeah, all done.
Awesome. Sebastian?
Can I reach my weapons?
You could certainly give it a go. Marco managed to.
Are they next to Marco?
Sorry?
The weapons are next to Marco.
Between Marco and the rat fiend, yeah. There's no grid. We don't need to worry about how
Okay,
far
so
you're moving.
I'll try to grab my weapon then.
Yep, I'll get you to roll an acrobatics check so you're sort of like tumbling and weaving your way through. Sorry. Yeah, that's high enough. So you do manage to grab it, but doing so was your action.
Alright. I'll put on the dodge action as a bonus.
No. Oh, as a bonus, right? Yes, you've got that bloody ability. I keep forgetting about that.
Let me check if that ability gives me dodge though. So I'll just I'll end my turn for now.
Okay. Okay, the rat fiend bites at you, Sophie. Missing. Wow, poor roll from the rat fiend. Marco, with his rapier. Stab, stab, stabbing. He hits once again. Sophie.
Okay, Sophie's going to shift over to the side.
Yep, I might just separate him slightly so that we can see the tokens clearly. And I'll just zoom in a bit so that it makes a bit more sense. Yep, all good.
Alright. And she's going to use a sorcery point to empower her next attack
Okay.
as she slices down at or she attacks as the rat fiend.
Yep. Ooh, she misses. Do you want to use
I'm
your
going to spend
inspiration?
the inspiration, yeah.
Go for it.
I just popped it off.
Okay, yep.
Oops, it didn't give me my advantage again.
Just roll it again then.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Ooh, lucky shadows, lucky shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take that 7 off and re-roll both of them?
What do you mean?
Because I used Manage Magic for Empower, so I can re-roll the damage dice up to my Charisma modifier, which is... Or my Charisma modifier is 4, so I could re-roll 4 die, but I only have 2 dice, so...
Okay. Yep, I've undone the damage, so...
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Nice. The rat fiend falls down gurgling as blood gushes from its wounds. I'm going to get
Well done, Sophie.
each of you to roll initiative manually. Remembering, Marco is not meant to see this letter. Just waiting on Sebastian.
Initiative. Where's that?
Initiative on your main tab. Oof. And Marco. Bear with me.
Oh no, could
dear.
we inspiration to try beating him?
You can use an inspiration to try and beat him, yes. Fingers crossed for Sophie.
I too shall
Oh,
also use inspiration to reroll.
it's going to be a hard one to beat.
We don't even have the modifiers. Like, we'd have to roll a nat 20 on... Yeah, no, there's no point.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. So, Marco snatches up the scroll tube. Turns...
Can Sophie shout at him?
Yes.
She's like, what are you doing?
That doesn't belong to you.
And he holds it up. And he has this look of like he's just been stabbed in the back.
So wait, he opened a sealed
No, he
thing.
didn't open the seal. He's just holding it up, but he looks betrayed. He can see... Do you remember the description of the rod? Of the start of the...
Oh, it's got his
Tube
family
case?
seal.
It does. So it's kept in an oiled leather tube, sealed on each end with wax and stamped with the Wands family crest.
I have a good life for this. I have a good life for this.
Okay, so he holds this and he looks at it and he goes, what is this?
Well, you remember how you got us arrested?
He shakes his head. Yes.
Yeah. So you know who we had to, pay and had to do all our fines and stay in there for 3 days?
He's just looking at
guess-
you expectantly.
I guess your dad kind of loves you since he let us out, though, we have to pay him back. So we need to get this whole this Shadowdale thing done. Like, she makes sure to specifically leave out the fact that they're supposed to be doing stuff with Bolo. She just makes it seem like, well, she doesn't even say dad. She's like, we have to go
And
and
it's
make sure we
grandfather,
go
just so you
with,
remember.
grandfather.
Yep, that's alright.
She makes sure to leave out that they're related, and she kind of
Yeah, we don't. We're not supposed to
twist it.
know he's related.
Yeah, so she leaves that out, but she makes it sound like the guy volunteered to let them all on bail as long as we go and pick some stuff up in the shadow.
In Shadowdale.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll get you to
And
roll for that.
Deception.
Yeah, deception.
Can we assist her? Like by supporting the lie?
Yeah, okay, roll it again and that'll be counted as advantage, Sophie. 17. Alright, where are you, Marco? On the combat tracker.
Marco, please
Let
continue being a
me
failure.
guess.
Is it charisma to defeat deception or wisdom?
I'll tell you what else I'll do. I'll subtly cast guidance on Sophie.
Guidance on Sophie?
So that's 1d4.
Yeah, so you can add a D4 to your skill check.
Okay, but that brought it up to 18. Right.
Oh, and Sai is saying it's insight
It
versus
is insight, yeah, so it is wisdom. Because he doesn't have a character sheet as such.
Okay.
Okay. He is convinced by that and says, oh, I had no idea. And he says,
I mean, it's not like you've been exactly asking questions for some reason. It's almost as if you're more interested in ladies and drinking than us. You're friends, maybe, sometimes.
Yep.
Employers.
at which point he says, well, that may be, but I know what this is. Let me just check it. With that, he holds it up in front of him and he starts talking. And what is it that he has to say? He says, for Shadowdale and Waterdeep, and in the name of Torm.
Can we? Can I tackle him?
Wait, so he trusts us, but he doesn't.
I broke the seal.
He's trying to open
tackle
the
him.
seal.
I tackle him and force him to a bed and try and knock the seal towards either Sophie or Sebastian, or the
Yeah,
The
Sophie
tube.
will actually
It's a scroll
actively
tube.
try to grab it out the scroll tube. She's gonna try grabbing it and actively pulling it away from him while Sebastian's tackling.
Make a dexterity
well
check
done
for
with
me,
us this time.
Sophie. Because Marco's trying to... He wants to see what's in this, right? Ooh. All right. So before
does
Marco
Thormagast
is finished,
Oh.
before Marco is finished saying what he was saying, Thormagast has tackled him, like grabbed him and just sort of thrown him to the side onto one of the beds. At which point, Sophie is snatching at this scroll, and as she grabs the scroll and pulls, she breaks one of the seals on the end. At which point, a mouth appears in the middle of the room, and it starts screaming, "Thieves! Thieves! Thieves!" And it is really loud. To the point where
She's
you are
gonna
sure
die.
everyone in this building is hearing this mouth screaming, "Thieves."
So they didn't hear the giant rat.
Who knows at this stage?
Well, we could just put at the giant rat. Like, the giant rat broke the seal while we killed it.
Marco's like, I can fix this. You're pinning him down, Thormagast. Sophie, this image of a mouth is just screaming "thieves" repeatedly, and like it's screaming it. What he's going to do?
Marco. All right, Marco, fix it, but be quick and don't open it.
He
promised
shrugs
we
you off.
wouldn't.
He shrugs you off, and he says it's already opened now. And he repeats, "For Shadowdale and Waterdeep, and in the name of Torm." And with that, the mouth disappears and the sound stops. Now, he then picks up the tube, tilts it sideways, and two
Sophie's holding
things.
it, right?
Sorry?
Wasn't Sophie still holding it?
Oh, no, he had to grab it to say this and disarm it. Sorry, I should have said that. It occurs to me now that I didn't. At any rate, he pulls out a rolled up letter and also what looks like a wand that must have been packed very carefully inside. And he inspects the wand and he holds it. And using his other hand and still holding the wand, he unravels the scroll. And he reads it out loud. And it reads, "My dear Lord Morngrim, greetings. Things are well in Waterdeep, although the execrable antics of my grandson Marcus continue. You will, I think, remember him from our last visit when he nearly burned down the Old Skull Inn while performing his fire-breathing trick. His behavior..."
Wait, real quick.
Yep.
When it says my grandson, Marcus, Sophie's gonna gasp dramatically. What?
Okay, yep.
She's gonna look horrified.
Yep, okay. "His behaviour still gives me great cause for concern, and I am having to take more drastic measures than I had heretofore expected to ever be necessary. I have hired the bearers of this notice to act as his protectors and guides on the journey to Shadowdale, although they pretend to hire him as their guide. He will be away from Waterdeep for some time, I expect, and thus I will be able to deal with the situation. The tribulations visited upon the House of Wands by its younger member are not the primary purpose of this missive. More to the point, you will find enclosed the item I promised you, the enchanted wand that was given to me by Lord Kelvin Aronson. I hope it is of use to you in your duties as Lord of Shadowdale, and that it aids in the defence of your settlement. Let this be further proof, if any is needed, of the close relationship between your family and mine, and of the importance and affection in which I hold Shadowdale and all of its inhabitants. With respect, Mascar Wands." So Marco reads this out, and he just looks devastated. And he turns to all of you and says, "You lied to me."
Yeah, and you lied to us. Now get out.
Well, we didn't lie. We said we were going to Shadowdale. We just didn't tell you everything.
He clucks his tongue. Well, it's true. I really should get out of Waterdeep. And I suppose we can go to Shadowdale as he suggests. It's not a terrible idea. But no more lying to me.
Well,
You're
then
not
you
my
should
dad!
know-
That's what Sophie's gonna yell at him. Like,
Well,
storm
you
out of the
should
room.
know that the contract was we were to maintain this a secret from you.
He nods his head in understanding.
And if we didn't accept, we would have
and-
been locked up for the rest of our natural lives.
And if you cannot maintain the secret, that this is still a secret from you, we may as well abandon the quest now.
He gives it. He goes, "Give me a moment." And he starts pacing back and forward. At which point he says, "Okay, very well. I will still lead you to Shadowdale. However, my fee is doubled."
Your fears of what, you big baby?
I
No,
think he
his
said fee.
fee has doubled.
Your fee? What about our fee? You literally almost got us killed like 50 million bajillion times on our way here. For no reason. Like, it's literally a straight line.
Marco,
You were like the worst person at your job that's ever.
Marco, be reasonable. There's dark forces seeking your death. We are your protectors.
He nods his head and says, "Yes, I suppose that's only fair." Very well. And we're going to call the game there, guys.
Nice job, all.
That was that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll debrief in a minute after I end the stream. Big thanks to everyone for watching. We got a few follows tonight, which was good. No bits or donations, which is a little bit sad, but that happens. I'm after more players. We may potentially want another player in this particular group. Jump on Discord, come and have a chat. It doesn't cost you anything. Not even for Fantasy Grounds, you only need the demo. Big thank you to Chris from Game Tile Warehouse for those awesome maps of the inn. He really does an amazing job, and I encourage everyone to visit his website, which I need to update on Twitch, but it's GameTileWarehouse2020.com. And this video will go on YouTube. The entire Marco Volo series that this campaign is that these players are playing is on YouTube. This one will be added in a few days. Hey, thank you for the subscription, and that's actually made me really happy. Thank you. And look, I'll even put on my wizard hat, which I forgot to wear tonight. Doesn't fit very well with the headphones lately. Anyway, here's my alarm. It'll be on YouTube in the next couple of days, but if you just search for Furz's ad, you'll find me on there, and then see the Morning Glory playlist, and it should just be on there. Thank you very much once again. Even if you just want to come and have a chat, feel free to jump on Discord. We'll be on there for 20-30 minutes, and we will have a chat with everyone. Talk to you later.